Welcome back to Fantasy 8. I'm Andrew, and I will be counting down 8 fantasy baseball candidates for regression in the 2016 season. Number 1 is the AL Cy Young winner last year, Dallas Keuchel. Great ERA, 20 wins, 216 strikeouts, over 230 innings. He had a great season, and the numbers support the ERA. I think he can replicate that ERA pretty easily. But take a look at his career numbers. He had an 8.4 strikeout per 9 inning last year, which was a large jump from 6.6 strikeouts per 9 in 2014, and he had, I think, 7.2 in 2013. This was an anomaly this year. I don't think he's going to get that many strikeouts. He's not really a strikeout pitcher. He is going to give you a great ERA. He's going to get you wins. I just don't think 200 Ks is a realistic expectation for him going into the season. Number 2 on my list is Nelson Cruz, who I actually thought would have a worse year also in 2015, but he proved me wrong. He had a great season, 44 home runs, 93 RBIs, 566 slugging, but the doubles are declining every year now, and that's partly because he's getting older, he's not running as fast, but I think that's going to start affecting the power numbers soon. I don't think he's going to be, all these candidates, for the most part, I don't think they're going to be bad necessarily. I just don't think they can replicate their success on this year. He's going into his age 36 season. How long? I don't expect 40 home runs a season anymore. I think he's going to hit over 30, but it's just a concerning downtrend with those Devils. Number 3 on my list is John Lackey, who's also on my bust list. Looking at those numbers, those were a product of pitcher-friendly Busch Stadium. Now that he's moving to Wrigley, I expect all those numbers to decline besides the wins, and I've mostly covered him if you want to check it out in my top 10 bust video. Number 4 on my list is Alex Rodriguez. Looking at those numbers, I don't think anybody expected him to play that well last year after coming off a suspension in 2014. 33 home runs, 86 RBIs, 84 walks was nice. But I think part of it was that he had a lot of time to prepare with him being suspended. It gave him time to get in shape and get ready for 2015. But he's not going to have as much time this year. And he's heading into his age 40 season, and realistically, how many players continue being this productive when they enter their 40s? It starts being a tremendous drop-off. So I expect the numbers to be down for Rodriguez this year. Number 5 on my list is Brett Anderson, who had a decent season if you look at his regular numbers, 3.69 ERA. The whip was a little high at 1.3, at 116 strikeouts, and the FIP supported the ERA. However, if you look, his career had a career high in ground ball to fly ball ratios this year at 4.49. That helped keep runs down despite hitters hitting a solid 278 against him. If you look at rates that are more in line with his normal career ground ball to fly ball rate, you can go back to 2013, which was the other year where he had played a significant amount of time as he was injured a lot in 14. He had a 3.04 ground ball to fly ball rate and had a 6.04 ERA. Now, I don't think he's going to be that bad this year, but I think the ERA is going to go above 4. I expect the ground ball fly ball rate to drop as it was way out of line with his career norm in 2015. Number 6 is Adrian Beltre. A couple reasons. His numbers have been falling since 2012 for the most part. He still hits for decent average. He doesn't strike out a lot. But his OPS has fallen every year since 2012. Home runs are falling. He had 19 in 2014. He had 18 this year. He's entering his age 37 season. He's just getting older. He's been one of the top third basemen for more than 10 years, but I think we're starting to see that decline. And while he'll still hit for average, usually the power is the first thing to go, and that's what we're seeing here with Beltre. Number 7 was a pretty obvious one, and that's Zack Greinke, who had a season for the ages last year. 0.884 whip, 1.66 ERA, more than 9 strikeouts per 9 innings. His FIP does not support that ERA. It's still solid at 2.76. He's still going to be a top ace. He's still going to be great, but he's not going to replicate the ERA, and neither will Arrieta most likely. I expected somewhere in the 2s. He's going to be an ace, but he's not going to be this good. Number 8 on my list is Yoenis Cespedes. Had just an absolute tear playing for the Mets in 57 games last year, hitting 17 home runs after hitting 18 home runs in the previous 102 games. I don't think he can sustain the average. I think it'll go down to 270s, I think is more realistic. He hit in the 260s before. Home run total, he can hit 35 again, but a more reasonable estimate, I would say about 30. He's not going to continue at the pace, obviously, that he had with the Mets last year, and I feel like that second half is going to influence people's minds due to recency bias, and he might be going a little bit higher than the draft, and I'd be comfortable drafting him in. He's also striking out a lot. His OBP was up a little bit this year, but he just doesn't really take that many walks, so don't expect that to be any higher either. And that was 8 regression candidates for the 2016 season. If you have any questions, email me at fantasyabe1@gmail.com or leave a comment below. Thanks for watching.